Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry Mouse with another episode of Imaginarium, Gym for Your Mind. And today, I actually wanted to address yet another friend. Um, you guys are my friends that are watching this, obviously, but there are people who are actually in my life, and I have amazing conversations with them. And sometimes I coach them, and sometimes I'm just a friend and I'm just there with them and I'm imagining lovingly for them, seeing them already having the desire that they have. Well, today's conversation, we're actually going to talk about being a big person, but playing small internally. So this one actually goes out to my buddy. Well, I don't ever use anybody's names, but this one actually goes out to my buddy S. And I want to say to him, dude, you are big. Like physically, you are a big guy. You're like a big teddy bear, if I would describe you to anybody. And and in fact, the moment I met you a couple months ago, I was actually thoroughly impressed by how well you held yourself. And after having a conversation with you yesterday at your lovely home with your lovely family, um, it had me thinking a lot. Like, wow, here's this guy that I have the utmost respect for. Um, dresses well, has a handsome smile, amazing beard, and still he finds himself playing small. When he's amongst his friends back home, he tends to want to diminish himself so he can fit in. At least that's what he shared with me. And I found that I myself can find myself in those type of situations with others as well. I don't so much do it anymore because I realize that when I do that, and this is the message for you and anybody who's listening, I realize that when I do that, when I play small within myself, I'm actually not doing anyone any favors. As a matter of fact, I'm giving others permission to play small. And as long as people keep playing small, people will often operate under their victim state of consciousness. And that's not okay. We want a world full of leaders, people who do play big, people who do take risks and aren't ashamed to take those risks and aren't ashamed to be big, because to be big is to recognize your oneness with God. It's to recognize the talents and the gifts that God gave you, and He didn't give them to you for yourself per se. He gave it to you so you can bring gifts to the others that are in this world that you are also one with. And if you diminish yourself, you're diminishing others. Hear me. When you diminish yourself, you are diminishing others. I often run into people as I network, as I'm out and about, who say, man, I have my new business, or I want to start a new business, or I want to do this thing, but I don't really want to do it for the money. And I stop them right there in their tracks and be like, why? Oh, I don't want to be greedy. Why? Like, and you see, the thing is, we've taken greed to be this bad term. We've taken it as a pejorative, and maybe rightfully so. Maybe because of the programming, maybe because of television and the way they, make business people look on movies and TV shows and cartoons and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, business people are the visionaries of our world. They're the ones who make things happen. And because they're the ones who hold the vision and make things happen, they should be rewarded properly for it. If you're serving many people, then you should be paid handsomely for it. When you when you play big, when you play bold, it gives people permission to also be bold. Look, as a black man in America, there could be all sorts of excuses as to who it is that I am, based on stereotypes and what has been put out there. as a truth. Oh, well, this is the way Black people are. Or I can say, okay, fine, maybe that's the way y'all see things, but that's not the way I am. I choose who I am. I value what I value, and I understand from within me what God has given me. And how do I know that? Because I am. Scripture says, let the poor man say, I am rich. Let the weak man say, I am strong. So if the world is saying, if the results are saying, if anything is saying that I'm small, Lord have mercy, I am big. No longer do we see ourselves as grasshoppers amongst giants, but rather giants amongst giants. When I see others out in this world, I see them at their highest potential, at their highest ideal. I don't see victims out here in this world. Why? Because, as William Blake would say, only God acts and is in existing beings or men, which means the very power and wisdom that created this whole universe resides within each and every soul that is here on this planet. And to see them at any less than that is to diminish them. And if you see yourself as anything less than that, you are also diminishing yourself. And that's not okay on my watch. So maybe I didn't say this to you yesterday because, we were in deep conversation in this than the other, but I was holding that as true within myself because I already saw you as big. Literally, the appearances of the world would say that you are successful, you are big, you literally are. You're taller and bigger than me and more handsome than me. Can you believe that? Someone more handsome than me? I'm kidding. But I when I first met you, I physically saw that in you. And then, of course, as our friendship is growing, I'm also noticing that, oh, wow, you do actually reflect some of my old states of consciousness and maybe even some lingering states of consciousness that I don't choose to have anymore. And so, as a friend, I'm just putting this message out to you that, hey, man, you don't have to be there. You don't have to choose that anymore. And even if the results, even if the 3D world is showing you that, what are you holding on to in consciousness within? Because the world will soon reflect it back to you. So I just wanted you to hear that, and anybody else who's listening to this. Also, one other note that I wanted to talk about is my favorite word, at least right now, is faith. And faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. So whatever you are holding on in the unseen reality, that's what you have faith in. And so if you have faith in lack, in I'm not enough, in I'm not healthy, I'm not loved, those are the results you will get. That's what you're going to get. Even if the outside world doesn't see that as true of you, that's what you will see, and that's what you will persist in creating. So I'm here to ask you to have faith in your ideals, faith in your ideals, faith in your visions, because you, my friend, are divine. You are divine. And I need you to hear that. Don't let anything diminish your vision for yourself, your vision for your family, your vision for your community, your vision for your business. These things are of God. They are in your hands. They are the talents that God gave you. And all you need to do is recognize the truth of that. You don't need to know how it's going to come about. You don't even need to know why it's going to come about or the people that need to be involved to make it come about. All you need to do is hold on in faith, as in have loyalty to that unseen reality that only you can see. I can't see it. You can see what you're holding on to in the unseen reality. Your wife can't see it. Your kids can't see it. Your business partners can't see it. All we can see is the outside trappings. And sometimes the outside trappings don't, sometimes what appears on the outside uh, isn't what matches on the inside because of my own projections and my own assumptions about how the world works, right? Same thing with everybody else. What matters most is what you are holding on to in consciousness. And don't waver. Don't be knocked off. Brazen impudence is what I'm asking from for you. Asking for you. Asking from for you. So, all that said, you guys play big, be bold, have faith. That's it. That's all. You guys are wonderful. Peace and hair grease.